So we have the NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament bracket has been announced, and the TV times have been announced as well. And they're for Central Time, my time. What the welcome to Eastern Time. Um, or where it's being played at, times when it's being played at. So in Greenville 1, the first regional, South Carolina, number 1 overall seed, take on Norfolk State at 2 Eastern. 11:30 a.m. Central or Eastern it is. South Florida and Marquette on the 17th, both on the 17th. And on the 18th, at 6 Pacific, we have Oklahoma, number 5 Oklahoma and Portland. At 8:30 Pacific, we have number 4 UCLA and Sacramento State on the 18th. On the 17th, we have at 6 Eastern, we have number 6 Crane take on the winner of Illinois and Mississippi State. Excuse me. Illinois and Mississippi State on the 11th first 4 matchup on the 5th. That's being played on the 15th on Wednesday night on ESPNU. And then we have at 3:30 Eastern, number 3 Muse Notre Dame's taking Southern Utah. At noon Eastern, number 7 Arizona's taking on number 10 seed West Virginia on the 17th. And on the 17th at 2:30 Eastern, we have number 2 Maryland and Holy Crest being played on Maryland's campus. And then in the Greenville 2 on the other side of the bracket, we have on the 18th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, we have number 1 Indiana taking on the winner Tennessee Tech and Monmouth. That's a 16 seed playing game. On the 18th, that in 2 p.m. Eastern, we have an intriguing one. Oklahoma State and Miami, Florida. That's an intriguing one. Like 2 completely different teams. One on the ACC and one of Oklahoma State, and it's a good matchup. That's gonna be a tough matchup for both sides. That's gonna be really tough. I think I can see that one being a really intriguing matchup. Oklahoma State and Florida, and on this side of the Greenville one, South Florida and Marquette is gonna be really intriguing because they're both evenly matched. Like South Florida, are they gonna be the South Florida team played in American tournament, or are they gonna be the South Florida? It's been playing really solid the whole regular season, Rich, and had us played some tough teams close. And when it comes to freshman, because they beat a couple of teams, and actually to continue that run in at least the Sweet Six. I don't know if they'll beat them South Carolina, but they should at least win their first game. And I could see them playing South Carolina close. In the second round, and that'd be a win for them. Oklahoma and Portland, that's gonna be a nice, good game. I mean, Portland, I could see them giving you guys Gonzaga fits, and I could see them giving Oklahoma some bets as well. So UCLA should take care of Sacramento State. I mean, but Creighton and Illinois, Missouri, that state, the win of that one, Illinois, Missouri State, that's gonna be a tough matchup for both those teams. Then I don't know if they're both gonna be gassed and then trying to win just to play Creighton. But I think that game could be tough though. Notre Dame, Southern Utah, that should be a good, not a race one, but Notre Dame should win. But I mean, without Olivia Miles, so are they gonna have Olivia Miles back for, or is she coming back for the first round, or are they gonna, or they could be really sneaky and just have her sit on the bench and just not play, and then play in the second round. That would be sneaky right there if she did that. That would be really sneaky, but that would be. But I could see him doing that. Being really sneaky and think, oh, Olivia Miles isn't playing. Oh, nope, she is. And really saying nothing about it. And she is playing, or is she not playing? and stuff like that. But if there's people at the practices for this Northern, I mean, maybe it might be media there. But if there is, then maybe they might record a video on it. But it's gotta be kind of sneaky though. Arizona, West Virginia. That's gonna be a good trap game. I think West Virginia could handle Arizona, but Arizona could also beat West Virginia. Both teams can beat each other up. So it's gonna be a trap ball game right there. Arizona's in a tough Pac-12. And West Virginia's in a tough Big 12, so it's like, Maryland and Holy Cross. That should be a good, easy Maryland win, but we'll see. Indiana gonna blow out Tennessee Tech down Oklahoma State and Miami, that's gonna be an intriguing game. Both teams can win each other. That's gonna be an intriguing game right there. And so is Washington State and FGCU playing at 2:30 Eastern. And that's gonna be intriguing. Because it is and then the winter games on Friday, they're playing Sunday. And the games on winners of Saturday's games are playing Monday in the second round. And then in Sweet 6. So anyway, and then we have Villanova and Cleveland State. That could be intriguing. But I mean Cleveland, if Villanova have a really off day with Maddie Secrets not happening, but really, I mean, if she has an off day, I mean, it's still gonna be like, her like excellent days can be 30 points, say. Her off days are gonna be 15. I mean, what off day? Like, let's be real. In that one. And yeah, I mean, if FGCU plays Villanova, I mean, we could see a trap right there game. I mean, we could also see Washington State in a trap with Villanova, so either way they play, it's a trap game. I think Villanova's got a trap opponent, but both sides have a trap. I mean, so, but then Washington FGCU is a trap game for both sides. They're both, Michigan and UNLV at 3 Central. Now I could see both UNLV winning, because Michigan sometimes does falter a little bit. Like they almost lost to Penn State in the Big Ten tournament. Penn State. Yeah, that tells you something right there. So, I don't know, so we'll see. I think UNLV could pull off the upset on that one. LSU and Hawaii at 4-3 Central. LSU should win that one, but it's going to be a tough one to play an opponent like Michigan or UNLV. UNLV could get on you. Maybe if they play UNLV, maybe look at the Sweet 16, but I don't see them balance past it. And then at 7 Pacific Princeton, number 7 NC State and Princeton. Now that's going to be a tough matchup. Is NC State going to win this one, or is Princeton going to win this? Both sides can win it. NC State's been struggling a little bit. Princeton, that's been struggling a little bit too, but I mean, not struggling, but I mean, they're still a good mid-major, so we'll see if Princeton can win and get the, beat NC State. Gardner Webb in Utah. Number 2, 10, 15, Gardner Webb at 4-3 Pacific. I mean, I could see maybe giving Fitz Utah, but I think Utah still prevails, even if it's like a Jackson State LSU matchup like last season. Jackson State has close, but LSU won. Same thing with that one. And then let's go on the left side right now. Seattle 4. Actually, it's going more with Seattle 3. At 5:30 Eastern on 17th is Virginia Tech and Chattanooga, Northwestern, Chattanooga, 36. But Eastern, Southern California, and South Dakota State. That's gonna be interesting though. Like both teams are gonna be interesting matchups. Like South Dakota State is a really good mid-major, and they've played some good teams. But also they've had some, and they've blown a lot of teams on their Summit League. but South Dakota State also hung close with South Carolina for most of the game. So that's an accomplishment. They're mid-major, hold pretty well South Carolina. So I could see them giving Southern California um, some fits. But Virginia Tech is just too elite for South Dakota. But I mean, they'll still give Virginia Tech some fits. Uh, one is at 3 Eastern on the 18th. They have number 5 Iowa State in Toledo. Now this could be a good trap game. Iowa State could be like a team where they don't play the greatest, like a team like they're favored to win against, but then they don't show up the greatest. Or could they be like that team that that shows up solidly, like in the Big 12 tournament, and show up solidly? You know what I'm saying? Like, could they show up solidly? Well, who knows? Like, I mean, could they show up solidly then? Toledo, or they struggle? If they show up solidly, I think it could. Iowa State could win this one, kind of a little convincingly, but play on all cylinders, play really well. Well, if they don't have if they have a little off name, I mean, Toledo could come in and boop them, knock them out in the first round. Then at 1 Eastern, Tennessee playing St. Louis. St. Louis at 13, yeah, because they beat Rhode Island and UMass, but other than that, and I just don't see it. North Carolina, even though I think North Carolina is struggling, well, personally, I still think in this game's at 1 or 4 Eastern, I still think they beat Purdue and St. John's, and both the teams, St. John's, I mean, probably deserves the first four, but Purdue got a little screwed, I think. Yeah, I mean, they should have been up 11, 8, 11 seed for the last 4 buys, but yeah, so that first game, I think, is going to wear and tear on them. And it's going to be tough for them to beat them. I mean, it's happened where men's first 4 teams have won the first 4, and then they won the first round. I think there's been first 4 teams that have gotten pretty far, or just by playing the first 4 years. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. 1:30 Eastern. We have Ohio State, James Madison. James Madison, yeah, should be able to pretty convincingly beat them. Ohio State should. But we'll see. And then Baylor and Alabama at 5:30 Eastern. That's gonna be a tough one. I mean, is Baylor gonna show up and show out? Or, I mean, both those teams could, it could be one of those games where neither one of those teams, play the best. Or it could be a game where one plays really well and one doesn't play as well. Or it could be a scenario of both play well. So you don't know what you're gonna get in Baylor, Alabama. I don't think you know what you're gonna get in Baylor, Alabama. To be honest, I really don't. You really don't know what you're gonna get in that one. And then UConn, Vermont at 3 Eastern. Now, UConn should be able to blow out Vermont, but we'll see. And then on the 17th at 4:30 Pacific, we have Stanford again. Southern Secret development by Stanford. Ole Miss and Gonzaga at 7 Pacific. Now that could be a good one. This could be a good one. Like Gonzaga can play really well, and then Ole Miss can be a really dangerous team too. Both teams are gonna be a really good dogfight down the unfinished game. You know, which I think is just who's gonna play well in the last. Who's gonna make the mistakes? Who's gonna make the first mistake, or a key, or actually maybe not the first mistake, but a key mistake, that costs them. Who's gonna make the first key mistake in the game, or the key mishap, or just something like a small mishap. That's key small misstep. So, and then we have Louisville and Drake at 6-3 Central. Now Louisville, if they play like they sometimes they've not been playing the greatest in the ACC in the regular season. So I think if they do that, Drake could show up and show up because they would be like a good WNIT team if they didn't win and if they didn't win the Missouri Valley. I would think they would be in for the NCAA for that WNIT. I mean, yeah, there's other better ones like Northern Iowa, like Illinois State, stuff like that for the NCAAs, but Drake's still a good solid team. I mean, they blew up Belmont in the Missouri Valley, so that tells you something. And they're good, and they're like a really good, probably solid Sweet 16 and Elite 8, like WNIT team, like those are. So, and we have at 9 Central, we have at 19th, we have number 4 Texas and 13 East Grand. East Grand lucky because they won the American because South Florida lost, but Texas should pay them. Now this is gonna be an interesting game at 9 or 7 7 Eastern. We have Colorado and Middle Tennessee. And Colorado, I mean, watch out. I mean, Colorado's a good team. They're a solid team, but Middle Tennessee is just because they got lost 2 games in conference. Their best, they did beat a really good Louisville team, and they lost 2 games in conference. So I think that hurts them a little, but that's gonna be. I think watch out, Colorado. So I gotta say, watch out, Colorado. They're all surprised. Middle Tennessee was surprised, Colorado. I think. And they could definitely stun Corral. On the 18th at 9:30 Eastern, we have number 3 Duke and number 14 Iona. Duke should be able to beat Iona pretty handily. This is going to be an interesting one on 17th at 1:30 East or Central. Or 12:30 Central, my bad. 12:30 Central. First State Georgia. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. Because it's going to depend on who shows up for both teams. Like, is Florida State going to show up for show up as a good Florida State, or is Georgia going to show up as a good Georgia State or Georgia team? Is Florida State going to show up as a good Florida State? Which team are they going to show up as? Are they going to show up as a good team or the not greatest performance? Like, who knows? Like, both going to come out not playing the race, or both going to play out like amazing, or one going to play great, one's not going to play so great. I mean, it all depends on that one. Like, both are playing great or both not playing so great. I mean, if both are playing so great, I mean, it could be like who's going to make the better halftime adjustment or who's going to make an adjustment and win the game. If it's like low scoring, like a defensive game, or neither team's in shots, or if both teams are in shots, like or both teams are just playing really well. Like, I mean, both teams could play defense and still play really well. Both teams could be good defense. Like, who's gonna find the better offense, or who's gonna have play better? Who's gonna play the defense? You know, which team's gonna make the defense or offensive adjustments need to win. And then I went Southeastern Louisiana at recent from the 17th. Okay. Test I will win. The 15th at 9 Eastern. Actually, that's at 6 Pacific. It's like the new secret. I really don't know. I mean, Southern. It's Southern beat Jacks. Secret also beat Fairleigh Dickinson. So I think Southern be a tougher team. It's Secret, so let's say Southern. Monmouth got lucky in Tennessee Tech. They I think they weren't playing their Little Rock wasn't playing their race, so Monmouth I think they win that one. It's 16. And then on the 15th, it was on ESPN. The 15th games on ESPN. The 16th are on ESPN2. Illinois and Mississippi State. It's tricky. I mean, both can play both are really good. And it's going to come down to like the adjustments or stuff like that. Or, you know what I mean? I don't think you can really pick a definitive winner. Flat out. I mean that's a cop out, but it's true. You really can that one. And Purdue and St. John. I think Purdue has a better advantage with St. John's to play in a tougher conference. St. John's has been slipping a little bit. They beat UConn, so but still kind of slipping. Well, I thought they might be just barely out, maybe barely out, but they got barely in. So I think St. John's. Maybe St. John's more motivated that hey, we finally got in, but we need to play better. We need to actually show why. We need to actually play better and be more motivated. We get motivated. So who knows? Depends on how the energy is for them. So that's it for the first round of picks in the bracket times. Days and times for the NCAA first, or the NCAA women's basketball first round and first 4 weeks. So the second round comes out, TV times. Start to come up. Do give me a minute, and I'll tell you the TV networks in the room. So till then, take care.